In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create some derived data in ArcGIS Pro. Of course, first you need to know the attribute table and to understand how the table is being arranged, so that the attribute for features may be attached to the layer. And we also study how to create new fields. Okay. So I suppose you already copy paste the excuse me, level folder to your course folder. And of course, you will need to start ArcGIS Pro, create a level 4 project file, right? Level 4 project file, and save it in your level 4 folder, and then add the Canada layer to ArcGIS Pro. Right, so I'm sure you have no issues with it. So now you see I have load the layer already. Of course, we may or may not want to show the base map, or we can just remove it. Right click and remove it. Either way. Right, so attribute table. Right. This course we are dealing with spatial data with spatial locations plus attribute. Right, so where are the attributes being stored? Attribute table. And this is all the provinces and territories for Canada. And I already input some population data for the past for you. Right, Alberta, Manitoba, right, POP, and even for the population data for 2012, the count for the number of people between the age of 0 to 14 years, 15 to 64 ages. This is the working age people, right? And seniors, right? Senior, those who are aged at 65 or higher, right? So those are very important social data, right? So the more young people in the population, which means that the more labors for the future, right? The more seniors in the population, which means that the society is aging, and so there should be big changes to everything, from infrastructure to senior service, to accommodate the changes, right? So so that's the reason we want to do some calculations based on the data. Right, that's one thing. And how to select the provinces? It's easy. Excuse me. You click here, right? The first column here, 1, 2, 3, 4, is selected, and then corresponding feature is being highlighted. Right. If you want to select more features, you can push the Shift key. Right? Push the Shift key. Push the Shift key. Now, so many features being selected, except Saskatchewan and Yukon. Right. And how do we deselect it? Click on Map and Clear. Right, Map Clear. So when they are not showing cyan color, which means they are not selected. If you want to do any calculations, operations, not just for attribute table, but for the layer, the one thing we need to do is to deselect all the selected features. Of course, you need to do nothing if no feature layer or no feature feature is being selected. Example data distribution. Statistics. Well, it's very straightforward. Right? Right-click on the heading, population 2012. Right? Explore statistics. Mean, maximum mean, mode, 、 right? Sum, range, right? It has everything there. Just slide the horizontal bar, right? So what you need to do for question 4, of course, you transfer some of the values to, you can copy paste to your Word document, right? And then close it. So that's for population 2008, population 2012, right? So we finished for population 2012. You do the same thing for population 2008, right? So that's it. Very straightforward. Very straightforward. Next is to calculate ratios. A ratio. One-on-one ratio or something else. Something else, right? So to store the new information, derived data, we'll need to add more columns. So as you can see from the attribute table, so data being arranged by rows and columns, right? So those columns are attributes, right? All those are polygons, feature identifier, right? Feature ID and code. So this code is unique, right? So in case there's some external data table need to be merged, joined with this feature layer, we may want to use this code to match external table with this feature layer. Okay, right? Columns. The rows, of course, which are polygons or different provinces for this case, or records, or records. Add a field or add one column. Right? Add one column. Right. So you type in for the first one. So R underscore 0 underscore 14 underscore 65. Yeah, the ratio between 0 to 14 age and 65 age groups. Right, and then push the tab key twice. Right, put the tab key and change the float because we want to have decimal places. Right, so we might not want to change this one to numeric or non-numeric. That's okay. So if you want to do it, I'll change the numeric and change the decimal places to 1. And the precision, the number of where is that? Digits. So that's the maximum length of the field, or how many numbers? How many numbers? What I mentioned there. 4. Okay, because the ratio won't be very high, right? So 14.5. Right, and then the scale is the number of decimal places. Double click and input, enter. Right. So now you have a new column. We have a new column. And then just close this fields list. Right, fields list. Yes, you want to save it. Okay. Yes, we want to save it. So click on save. Click on save. And last time you want to do it, click on fields and save it here. Right. And either way. And close it. Now, right, we have a new field. The default value is 0. And next, right, click on the heading of that column. So calculate field. Right, calculate field. What we want to do, clear the formula there. We want to do 0 age group 0 to 14. Double click on it, add it there. Divide by age group 65 and older. Right. So that's very straightforward. Click OK. Right, so those numbers are meaningful. Right. So if the value is smaller than 1, right, which means there may be issue of labor shortage in society. the BC, but that's for year 2012, right? Situation is different now. So there has been an influx of immigrants of young ages in the last, at least last 10 years. Last 10 years, right? So New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, all this Atlantic province has issue of aging. But I think the situation is changing with the influx of international immigrants. Okay, so that's one, right? It's very straightforward. It's very straightforward, and you are being instructed to calculate more, right? So just follow the instructions and to do it. It's not very complex. And calculate rate, and then we need to click add field again, or click on here, right? Field view, right? To see the field, and click here to add a new field. What's the name? The pop 08 to 12. Pop 08 to 12. Tab, right? So it should be float, right? And precision 5, right? Precision 5. Double click, decimal places, 2. And again, save it. And close it. We have a new field. Right. Again, right click on the heading, calculate field. Population 2012. Right. Input the parentheses, population 12, subtract, right? So use a subtract, population 6, 2006, 8, 2008. Parentheses divide by population 2008. Right? We don't have the input test, right? So basically, so you use two exclamation symbols, marks to indicate the fields, right? Then go okay. Right, so the rate tells us something. Different provinces, population growth rate is different. Alberta, fast influx of people. Okay, so make sure clear. It's with clear selection. So we have one picture selected, right? And Northwest Territories, minus 0.01. So that's for between 2008 and 2012. The situation may have changed in the last 10 years. You see here, Yukon population increase speed is the fastest among all the provincial level regions. Okay, calculate proportion. Create again, add a new field. What's the name? Proportion 0 underscore 14 tab float. Precision 4, scale 2. Again, save. This is a new field. Right? So right click on the heading, calculate the field, calculate the field. 014. Okay, remove the contents there. 014 divide by pop off. Click OK. Oh, if you want to, we can time it. Time is 100, right? 18%, 15%, right? 80%. Again, is in Northwest Territories. The percentage of young people is higher, which means a growing population. Yeah, in that case, it's growing population. If the percentage is lower, well, so there are potentially be issues of labor shortage in the future. And you will do the next per the calculation by yourself, right? And after you finish everything, you create 5 columns, right? And so 5 columns, you will capture screen capture, create screen capture, copy paste, or insert it into your Word document. The next thing, add data to one attribute table manually. Manually, and I might not introduce you how to link an historical table with the GIS layer, but you should be aware how to add the data there manually, especially for a layer with, like in this case, 13 polygons. It's a very small table, and it's easy to manually add them. I have provided a link. I have provided a link in the instructions. Providing the link in the instructions, and to the year 2016 and the year 2021 census population for different regions. Right. So what you will do, of course, you will need to create 2 new fields. Right. Create 2 fields. Pop 2016. And right, pop 2016. So float float is fine. Float is fine. Right. 6-1. Right. 6-1. Right. And then add another one. Pop 2021. Right. Float 6-1. And save these new attributes. Right. And next, just manually input it. Right. Pop 2021. Let's make sure you convert them to thousands. Right. So all the original data is in thousands. Alberta, for example, Alberta, year 2001. That's 4 4 million, right? 4262.6 Alberta. 4262.6, right? Enter. And you need to save. You need to save the data from time to time, right? Click on edit and save it. Save edits, right? Save edits, yes. Yeah, save edits. So just manually input them there, and we will use the new column for the foreign section. Yeah, for the foreign section. Excuse me. Yeah, for the foreign sections. And for question 6, of course, you need to capture a picture of the new columns and insert the picture into your Word document. So that's it. Very straightforward. Okay, so that's the introduction for section 1. And you will be working on section 2 next week.